Marvel's X-Men movie, Everything We Know. With a long-awaited X-Men movie in the works for the MCU, here's everything that has been confirmed about the tentpole superhero team. Movie rights to the X-Men initially belonged to 20th Century Fox, beginning with Bryan Singer's X-Men 2000 and ending with The New Mutants 2020. The 20-year-long X-Men movie franchise produced some incredible films and some disappointing ones, but the mutants are now back home at Marvel following Disney's acquisition of Fox's entertainment assets. Though the deal went through way back in 2019, Marvel Studios hasn't been in a hurry to introduce the X-Men. Several mutants have popped up in various MCU movies and TV shows, but the X-Men haven't been named yet. However, as the pieces slowly fall into place, it seems as though Marvel Studios' X-Men plans are slowly starting to come into focus. Marvel's X-Men latest news. Though nothing has been confirmed, there have been reports of Marvel already eyeing a few actors for some X-Men roles in the MCU. This report comes from the Insider, and the names include Sadie Sink, Stranger Things, for Jean Grey, Harris Dickinson, Baby Girl for Cyclops, and Julia Butters, Once Upon a Time, in Hollywood, for Kitty Pryde, who will likely be significant characters in the movie. It's important to take these reports with a grain of salt, since nothing has been officially confirmed, but it seems like Marvel Studios is starting to ramp up the development of their X-Men film. Kevin Feige opened up about the X-Men in the MCU during an interview with Omelete, via discussing film, including their importance in the narrative moving forward. On the road to Secret Wars, we already know very well what the story will be up until then and beyond. The X-Men are an important part of that future. There is a possibility that some mutants could appear in Avengers, Secret Wars, like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool or Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, but it more than likely means that they will be officially saved for Phase 7. Following the conclusion of the multiverse saga. Marvel's X-Men confirmed. Despite several MCU Easter eggs and hints pointing at the X-Men, Kevin Feige has remained coy about when and how the X-Men will be introduced to the MCU. Professor X and Beast have already had cameos in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and the Marvels, respectively, but it's unclear how, or if, those appearances will relate to the X-Men's first solo MCU movie. Mutants were also confirmed in the MCU during the Ms. Marvel TV series. With Deadpool and Wolverine being so successful, it seems obvious that the MCU wants to get the ball rolling on the mutant side of the universe soon. In a report from Deadline in May 2024, the X-Men movie had found its writer in Michael Leslie, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Though nothing has been announced regarding a director or any official casting, already having a writer attached to the project bodes well for it being ready to go once Avengers. Secret Wars ends the multiverse saga. Where does the X-Men movie fit in the MCU slate? No release date has been announced for Marvel's X-Men, but it seems most likely that the X-Men won't officially enter the MCU until after Avengers: Secret Wars. That film will act as the conclusion to the MCU's multiverse saga that began in 2021. Given that the nature of Secret Wars could lead to some sort of soft reboot for the MCU, it would be the perfect time for the X-Men to make their debut, ushering in a new era for Marvel after nearly 2 decades of one continuous story. If the X-Men do indeed come after Avengers: Secret Wars, it opens up the question of when their movie will actually be released, and there are a couple of slots that could work for the new MCU project. Secret Wars will be released on May 7, 2027, while Marvel Studios has 2 untitled film release dates for both July and November 2027. This means that X-Men could very likely be one of those dates. Marvel's X-Men cast. There is very little information about which characters will star in the MCU's X-Men movie or who will play them. Deadpool and Wolverine brought the titular heroes into the MCU, but neither of them stuck around by the end. Moreover, Kelsey Grammer's Beast was shown at the end of the Marvels. However, given that his cameo is in another reality, it's unclear if he'll find his way to the mainline MCU. Moreover, Eamon Valeni's Ms. Marvel is a mutant in the MCU, but she seems set to lead the Young Avengers for now.